Who the fuck is this? Troll Andrew Hussey?
He's in cosplay.
Oh my god, he is. It's like I'm the kid from the never-ending story. I was chased by some bullies into this fucking attic. Now I'm watching people watching more people kissing and stuff basically forever. How many meta layers removed this story can we get? It's starting to get spooky. I wish those bullies would just leave me alone. Later, I'm gonna ride a long magic dog through the sky and fuck their shit up. This troll paint is making a mess. This was such a bad idea. Oh, so that's why people did. That's why people get their troll face paint all over the place. They're doing lore accurate troll cosplay.
Exactly.
MS Paint Adventures, quick, become more meta while is brooding.
Yeah. Oh, we're taking another step backwards.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Land of stumps and dismay.
Oh.
Employs the daring execution of author tech ladder to self-indulgence behind his own back. It keeps happening. Readers make a solemn vow to do an acrobatic fucking pirouette off the stump and blow their brains out if it doesn't stop. If it doesn't stop, keep happening. Okay, get back to the story, jackass. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not going fast enough for you? Well, quite frankly, Your Majesty, I don't think you realize what kind of hell I've been through. Do you have any idea how long I've been trapped in this attic? Do you have any idea how fucking scary it is in here? Do you have even the slightest clue how many times that wolf head over there has scared the shit out of me? Wolf? Ah! This is ridiculous. No! This is my life we're talking about here. Bullies, wolves, musty attics, huge spiders. Did I mention the spiders? Let me tell you, I got hella spiders up in this. Fuck this horn fella. Damn it, piece of shit. 100% included here. Oh, screw it. Do you have any idea how much power I wield over you? To what extent I can ruin the shit you step in with that squeaky clean Sunday loafer you used to stomp that bookmark and stamp that F5 key day goddamn in and day fucking out? Do you even possess the most infinitesimal kernel of cognizance for the degree to which I can make the shorn, shivering weasel that is the totem spirit representing your wretched fascination with this website squeal in heartrending remorse? It would be so easy. I could snap my gray, smudgy fingers right now and make you all read all the troll romance exposition segments all over again. Back to back to back to back to back. Oh, you don't think I'll do it?
This is a genuine threat.
Oh my god. The problem is that when the subject of troll romance is broached, our spirit human intellects, they instantly assume the most ingratiating posture of surrender imaginable. But we will do our best to understand regardless. Humans have only one form of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what trolls consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature, and to rule our individual destinies like little else, is still just that, a singular, linear concept, a concept usually denoted by a single system.
You're gonna sleep so good after
Hearts! Troll romance is more complicated than that. Troll romance needs 4 symbols. Their understanding of romance is divided into halves and halved again, producing 4 quadrants: the flush quadrant, the caligonymic quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. Each quadrant is grouped by the half they share, whether horizontally or vertically, depending on the overlapping properties. One examines the sharpest dichotomy from an emotional perspective is drawn between red romance and black romance. Red romance, comprised of the flushed and pale quadrants, is a form of romance rooted in strongly positive emotions. Black romance, I hope you're fucking listening, Toby, with its caligonymic and ashen quadrants, is rooted in the strongly negative. On the other hand, the vertical bifurcation has to do with the purpose of the relationship. Regardless of the emotions behind it, those quadrants are very sharp. The contain the flush and caligulous, has to do with facilitating the elaborate reproductive cycle of trolls. Those which are combinatory, the pale and acid, would be more closely likened to platonic relationships by human standards. Those are many parallels between human relationships and the various facets of troll romance. Humans have words that describe relationships of a negative nature or of a platonic nature. The difference is, for humans, those relationships will never be conceptually grouped with romance. Establishing those sort of relationships for humans is not typified by the same primal forces that drive our tendency to couple romantically. But for trolls, those primal forces involve themselves in the full balance of these relationships. Red or black, torrid or friendly. Particularly feel strongly compelled to find balance in each quadrant and see gratifying relationships that each describes.
Do you want me to read this next
The
paragraph?
challenge is particularly torturous for young trolls who must reconcile with the wide range of contradictory emotions associated with this matrix while understanding the nature of their various romantic urges for the first time.
I'll read the next sentence.
Of course,
Okay.
young humans have the challenge too, but for trolls, the challenge is fourfold. When two individuals find themselves in the plus quadrant together, they are said to be matesprits. Matespritships is the closest parallel to the human concept of romance trolls have. It plays a role in the troll's reproductive cycle just as it does for humans. This is pretty fucking obvious. Not much more needs to be said about this movie right along. When a pair of adversaries delve into the quadrant, they become each other's kismetipists. As one of the combatants a quadrant, it plays a role in procreation as well. There is no particularly good human translation for this concept. The closest will be an especially potent arch rivalry. For instance, human players would never be able to adequately diagnose the relationship between the king and the quadrant. But troll players can immediately place it as a diving or for kismetipitude. They would think we were all pretty stupid for not getting it, and they would be right. Trolls have a complicated reproductive Bible, and it's probably best not to examine it in much detail. The need to seek out consummate partners come with more urgency than typical reproductive instincts. When the Imperial drone comes knocking, you had better be able to supply genetic material to each of his flight pale.
You gotta absorb it this time.
If you have nothing to offer, he will kill you without hesitation.
Genetic material.
The genetic material, without going into much detail, is a combinative genetic mix from the mixed and mixed abyss.
It could be spit.
Respectively, the pales are all offered to the mother grub who can only receive such pre-combined material. She then combines all of it into one incestuous slurry and begins her brooding. This doesn't mean the initial combination was for naught, however. In the slurry, more dominant genes rise to the fore, while the more recessive find less representation in the group, especially strong matesprint and kismetis pairings yield more dominant genetic material. The more powerful the complement or potent the rivalry, the more dominant the dream. The troll reflex is weird. We all take a moment to lament how pedestrian the human reproductive system is, and further lament that the phrase incestuous slurry is not a feature of common parlance in human civilization. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of a black romantic nature falling on the conciliatory side. It has no bearing on the reproductive cycle, except for the indirect ramifications. When two trolls are locked in a feud or some otherwise contentious relationship, one can intervene and become their opticus. The octopus mediates between the two, playing the role of peacekeeper, preventing the feud from boiling over into a fully colligated rivalry.
I'll read this.
Since such lesser feuds are quite common among trolls, there is a significant need for sympathizing parties.
99.
Without them, so many action feuds will become colliginous and begin to conflict with each other. Exclusive kismesis relationships lead to a great deal of social complexity and sort of feelings, even more so than black romance usually involved. Without documentalism, the results would be widespread black infidelity. The relationships each quadrant tended to describe tend to be malleable, if not volatile, especially on the concept half, where more torrid emotions reside. It doesn't take much to flip a switch and transmit black crown feelings to red rum and vice versa. In many cases, one party will have red feelings while the other party has black, but it will often be the case that one party's feeling has soft to match the other. Since there is no quadrant, but naturally accommodates such a disparity, But thereafter, it's not uncommon for the two to toggle between red and black in unison now and then. These scenarios naturally result in red-black infidelity.
You would think the concept of bisexual polyamory would be a lot more appealing, but Homestuck really makes it weird.
This sort of relationship styles like compensatory relationships are an important part of troll romance. An octopus can stabilize particular turbulent relationships. If the possum fails to mediate properly or has no interest in the role or perhaps has different romantic intentions, him or herself altogether, then the relationship often quickly deteriorates into one of an especially hostile and torrid nature. There are many outside factors and influences tugging and pulling these relationships in different directions, and unlike humans who have very orderly, simple, straightforward romantic relationships without expectation, trolls exist in a state of almost perpetual confusion and generally have no idea what the hell is going on. Being confused by troll relationships is the one thing we do have in common, though.
This is a lot longer when it's not split up between
This
panels.
constant complaints over monkey digits and the other conciliatory relationship. A reasonable human translation would be the concept of soulmate, but in a more platonic sense,
See,
and
that's
with
what
a
I'm
more
saying.
specific social purpose. Trolls are very angry and violent race. Some are more hot-tempered and dangerous than others to the extent that if left to their own devices, they would present a serious threat to society or even to themselves.
Yes.
Such trolls have an instinctive pale attraction to even tempered troll,
Oh my god.
who may become
Don't
their
throw up.
who may become their Moira. The monorail is obliged to pacify the other, to function as the better half. The two partners in
This is terrifying.
Did you think it's terrifying? The two partners in a strong male relationship will serve to balance and complement each other's emotional profiles and thus allow their relationship to be successful. It's often ambiguous, especially among young trolls, whether a bond formed between an acquaintance is true more than competence, or the usual variety of platonic involvement. Furthermore, romantic intentions of a more flesh nature can often be mistaken for paler meanings, much to the frustration of the suitor.
For context, Toby is cowering.
The some pale bearings, so the ones above, will be strikingly obvious to no. God, you just can't get enough of Scania. That would have been a great point for our transition. I'll just illustrate it. So that's Cassetti, but okay, is it? Now, see what's going on here is perfectly simple. When the film Matrix of Trollman says action, we have. Damn it, I figure out. We should be an expert on this by now anyway. Later, our troll hero tried to explain this all to our human hero and attempted to convey all the nuance of troll romances through a nearly verbatim recitation of the pursuits of the expert. He was trying to describe how rich and text the troll romantic comedies were compared to the one-dimensional schlock of our human cinematic counterparts. He would barely scratch the surface of troll Will Smith's virtuosity with the delicate loudness of troll romance, as the interwoven minefield briar patch of shit. He would assist the bumbling fudge-blooded troll Kevin James through the interwoven minefield briar patch of red rum and black rum entanglements, all the while sifting through his own prickly romantic situations and ultimately learning the true meaning of hate and pity. But would they succeed before the Imperial drone came knocking with his thirsty tails at the ready? Yes, they would. But John didn't understand any of this because he's a moron and he wouldn't shut up about his awful bullshit arse movies. He would just go on and on and on about that garbage. But if there was one thing to be hammered through his thick skull, it would be the troll's cultural preoccupation with romantic destiny. Yes, the romantic landscape is full of starts and miscues and infidelities of red and black. But every troll believes strongly that each quadrant holds one and only one true pairing for them.
One true
And
pairing.
it's just a matter of time before the grid is filled with auspicious matchups through the mysterious channels of troll serendipity. This sort the belief is as for each quadrant there exists a pair or triads of trolls somewhere in the cosmos that were made for each other.
Wow.
That's what just happened, bitch.
Yeah.
That's what just happened. That's what just happened.